Good afternoon. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome each of you out to our 13th annual orientation program for the Florence Freshman Center. For those of you who don't know, I serve the Florence Freshman Center as the principal. My name is Roderick Shepard. This orientation is a little bit different from what you're probably used to. The traditional one, of course, would have a principal would stand and deliver information, going over a packet that you were handed at your orientation as you entered in. This orientation, I'm going to send you out the video. Attached to the link will be a link to this information electronically so that you will have it. First off, I would like to say welcome to Florence Freshman Center. And next, thank you for giving us the opportunity to be able to educate your child during their first step in high school. Education is very important. We begin with the end in mind, realizing that 4 years from now, your child will be graduating from high school. It's our job to try to equip your students with what will be necessary for them to be successful in grades 10, 11, and 12. We also want to make sure that they understand that it's grades 9, 10, and 11 that dictate whether or not they will receive a scholarship in grade 12. So for that reason, we take what we do very seriously here at Florence Freshman Center. Our goal is to be intentional with everything that we do and try to make sure that we build a relationship that will be able to allow your child to have the most success possible during the course of this year. Now, with no further ado, I'm going to go forth and go over the information that is in our orientation packet on the link. The first thing you'll come to is a calendar. The calendar basically is a school calendar dictating when students will and will not be at school during the course of this year. Of course, as you well know, school begins on Wednesday, August the 10th, so we look forward to serving your child next Wednesday. In addition to that, the next thing you'll find will be a bell schedule. Our school day begins at 8:10 here and concludes at 3:25. So we want to make sure that your child is fully aware of that. On the first day of school, we'll have a meeting to try to go over procedures for your child during the course of that day. We've also included a supply list, of course, and of course, as you well know, that the 5th, 6th, and 7th of August is tax-free weekend, so we want to make sure that you have the list of things that you need to purchase during that weekend. Next, you'll find traffic flow, which is very important. Our traffic must enter into the Florence Freshman Center coming from the east, which means that you'll come from Darby Drive. You'll take a right into our campus, staying in the right lane, and deliver your child in front of the school. Our goal is to have 4 cars delivering their students at one time, and then, of course, they will exit out, entering into the left lane and going back out towards Darby Drive. The buses, of course, will enter in as the same direction as you all do. They will enter in and they will use the left lane. Therefore, we'll have somebody out there directing traffic so that things will take place in an orderly fashion. Also, we have included an FHS inside map so that they'll know how to get to their classes. We share the dome, which of course is where PE takes place. We also have career tech classes as well as the auditorium where students will be going backwards and forth for classes over there at Florence High School, which is connected to us, and that's how they'll go inside the building. In addition to that, you'll find a whom to see in terms of club sponsors, in terms of who to see in terms of scheduling. Any type of question that your child might have, who they need to see here at Florence Freshman Center will be included on that list. We also have a list of email addresses so that you can contact teachers for whatever reason, and that teachers list is made up of our base teachers here at Florence Freshman Center, as well as teachers that they might encounter for Florence High School classes that they have on their schedule. You'll have a lunch schedule, and of course, dealing with a lunch schedule, you'll have a schedule of prices, as well as the directions as to how you can enter money into your child's lunch account online from your cell phone or from a computer itself. If you're in need of free and reduced lunches, there's information as to how you can register for that online as well. If you need any help with registering, please come in and we'll try to make sure that we help you out with that. There's a bus schedule, information about the PSAT, which is a part of the National Merit Scholarship Program. We try to encourage all of our freshmen to take that in grade 9 to prepare them for when they get ready to take it in grade 11. Finally, you'll find a fee schedule, information about how to purchase a yearbook, and the very last thing that you'll find on that link is a t-shirt order form. Many of you who went to Florence Middle School last year are familiar with Reagan Morris and the accident she had just after the school year ended this past year. Her family has founded a foundation, and they're raising money to try to help offset some financial costs that they've incurred, as well as to try to help deal with traumatic injuries down the road with money that's left over. We at Florence Freshman Center want to help support that, and we want to allow our students and anybody in the community to be able to purchase this t-shirt that says Team Reagan. This is a gray t-shirt with blue on top of it that will allow you the opportunity to be able to support that family as they go through this situation. Finally, information that we need to make sure that we cover. On your schedule, you'll see a period 14 for career preparedness. That is a required course, but it's offered totally virtual. The teachers that you see assigned to them, of course, that will be the teachers that will be facilitators and making sure that the assignments are turned in a timely fashion. You'll also see fourth period F&P. That is our 9-week orientation to high school course that students will take during the course of the first 9 weeks. In addition to that, you will also see second semester VERT DAT period 14. What that means is that's the days that we have our student data days where we'll have students meet with their facilitators to discuss their data. That's what that information is about. It's a non-credit bearing course. It's not a course at all. It's just basically who they report to and directing them who to report to. At Florence Freshman Center, we look forward to serving your child during the course of this year. With no further ado, at this time, I'd like to take the opportunity to introduce you to our staff here at Florence Freshman Center. Our biology teachers are Donna Bogron, Ricky Taylor, and Leslie Covington. Our PE teacher is Mr. Mike Horton. Our English teachers are Jordan Maris, Mary West, Marla White, and Britt McCoy. Our history department is Mr. Mitchell, Miss Pickle, and Mr. Winston. Foreign language, we have Miss Daly, and our CMP staff headed by Mrs. Dallas Hunt. Our instructional partner is Jennifer Osborne, resource officer Mr. Burcham. Our guidance counselor is Miss Arlene Mary. Our media specialist is Miss Rhonda Henry. Our guidance clerk / attendance clerk is Mrs. Georgia Webster. Our nurse is Miss Brandy Adams. Career tech wise, we have Miss Emily Woods in Consumer Science, Family Consumer Science, and Mr. Ball in Agri-Science. Math, we have Miss Bolton, Miss Pounders, Mr. Bailey, and Miss Clemens. Our special ed department is Miss Freeze, Miss Green, and Miss Townsend works in art. Our administrative team is made up of Miss Renita Payne, who is our Director of First Impressions, and Miss Jennifer Culver Davis, who serves as the Freshman Center Assistant Principal. Again, I want to thank you for the opportunity that you're going to give us this year to be able to serve your child. Our number one goal will be to prepare your child to be able to wear a hat just like this as it relates to being able to graduate from high school 4 years from now. Again, we want to begin with the end in mind, and we thank you for the opportunity to allow us at Florence Freshman Center to be able to work with your child during the course of this school year. It is my sincere hope that this information that we have shared with you on this video has been informational, and that if you have any questions, you'll feel free to contact us. We look forward to sharing with you all, the ones of you who are going to come to our orientation on next Sunday, August the 7th at 2 p.m., and we'll be able to have an open door policy to be able to talk to you about any and everything that you have as a concern for the upcoming school year. Thank you again for your time. We appreciate you. I hope you have a great evening.